This is the T-32, the Tier 8 American Tech Tree Heavy Tank. A pretty solid vehicle, especially in that turret. That thing is able to chunk shells like a beast. The upper plate, though, only sitting at around 200 millimeters thick, isn't ridiculously strong. And it will be tricky to penetrate with maybe your Tier 7 vehicles, but unless you're hull down, quite easy to penetrate. However, that will be changing in Update 8.0, as Wargaming will be buffing the upper plate from about 200 millimeters thick to about 220. So it's going to be decently thick now. And in fact, if we take a look on Armor Inspector, you'll see that it's currently, if you're on aiming about flat ground, as I said, about 200. So now it'll be like this thick. But the issue is, it's really not going to get that many bounces. Your average Tier 8 heavy tank has enough pen to, like, butter through this thing even at 250 millimeters thick. And really, the only advantage of the T-32's upper plate is when it's hull down, because obviously you're able to use insanely strong hull down capabilities. But it's that strong either way when you're hull down. This is fully hull down, and you're still 270 thick, which means no Tier 8 heavy tank is going to pen that as it is. So the T-32 is a weird armor profile, and I think that honestly, it wasn't the right buff that Wargaming decided on doing. The reason this vehicle performs so poorly, in my opinion, is the gun. It's a .376 dispersion gun. Now, this is a 105 millimeter. To put in comparison here, right? If we got up a vehicle, let's say like the T-54E2 Shark, or let's just do first of all the Chrysler K. The Chrysler K has the exact same penetration as the T-32, and it's sitting at .362 dispersion, which means it's a little bit more accurate. Then if we go to the Shark, another 105 millimeter, this is .326, way more accurate. You move on to a vehicle like the T-28 Defender. This is a 120 millimeter gun that deals more damage. This gun has .342 dispersion. Why the T-32 has such a freaking inaccurate gun actually makes no sense to me, and I don't know why Wargaming did that, because it makes it so unengaging to play this vehicle. It's the main reason why I don't like it, is because you run it and then you miss your shots, and you're like, wow, that was really frustrating. You'll sit there, you'll aim it on somebody for a good 3 seconds, fully aimed in, and then you go, and then it just completely misses, and you're like, ah. Now, I will say, for anybody wondering if I'm sick or something because my voice is dead, well, this is what happens when you try recording 4 videos in a row, and I've got another 7 to go today. Please kill me and end my suffering. Actually, I've got more than 7, because I've got 7 for just the Forza channel, and I've got 3 more. Okay, so I got 10 more videos today. I had to do 14 videos today, and it's already 4 o'clock. The benefits of YouTube is being a stay-at-home worker. I'm able to stay at home and make videos. The downsides of YouTube is that I have to stay at home for all day today and record all day today and want to kill myself by the end of it. And as well, I had to play Blitz, and I'm still going to have to play Blitz for another 3 videos after this. Oh my god. I am going to pull out a gun and end it. Sorry, I love playing Blitz. It's fun, yes. But back to what I was saying. Enough about me and my traumatization. Please subscribe to the channel if you like this suffering. But back to the T-32. What is good about this vehicle? Well, this scenario, I'm putting it in right here, is what you want to do with it. Hull down, it is extremely strong. And just to show you how strong it really is hull down, if I go pull up Armor Inspector again, you can see that turret is rock solid. You will not pen that. This is with heat. Look at how ridiculous that turret is. The mantlet, 300. The sides, 382. Even the cupola is like 240 thick. This vehicle is a chonker of a tank hull down. So as I'm playing it in a scenario like this, and this is what the enemy team sees of me, obviously I'm going to take every bit of advantage I can staying hull down. That is how you want to play a vehicle like the T-32, because it's super strong in a scenario like this. Now, hopefully, there we go. Okay, went back to the normal reticle here. I'm also prioritizing shooting that T-30, as you can see there, because while these vehicles were a little bit of a threat up here, and that T-32 is just going to go right through my side armor, the reason I wanted... Oh, by the way, that was that fantastic dispersion there. You get to see it miss its first shot of the game, but the reason I shot that T-30 is always prioritize the higher damage tanks, especially ones that are Tier 9, because those are the ones that are going to ruin your day. But this game, we're not doing too bad. I'm at 1,587 damage. I'm going to try and dump some more shells out. We've got the T-32 on the side here. My Type 61 bounced him, but I'm going to make sure my shell does get connected. Now, you're going to see here in a bit how long you have to really sit here and aim. Like, it's just such a bad aiming time. That's the really only thing that I don't like on this vehicle. Like, sure, The armor's not great when you're not hull down, but neither is my 5A's armor. And as all of you know, I like my 5A quite a bit. It does a decent job as long as you hide that upper plate. And that's all you have to do with this vehicle. Even in tournaments, if you remember when I commentated on the, I don't remember what he was called, but pretty much Pramo, GG, all these big clans played in the Tier 8 tournaments to win like $2,000 or something. A lot of the tanks that were used hull down were actually the T-32. And the reason for that being is because it's fantastic hull down. The issue with it is just, I want you to look at this aiming time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 seconds you had to sit there and aim on that waffle. And that was with me snapping the shot too, because I didn't want my teammate behind me, which was in the WZ, to get the kill. So I was like, I want damage, I gotta snap this thing. Normally, if you were aiming at a vehicle that had an armored lower plate or something, let's say like I was aiming at an enemy T-32 down there and I couldn't pen its upper plate, you can imagine how long you would have to aim with that terrible dispersion and hope that it hits. That is where this vehicle struggles. Snapping shots is not its forte, nor is even sitting there and aiming in shots. This is like running a Russian heavy tank, just an American version of it. And I don't know why this vehicle is so inaccurate. I understand why the T-29 is inaccurate, because it's the T-29. That makes sense. It's a Tier 7 heavy tank with practically the same gun as this vehicle to tier lower. So that makes sense to me. But why? Why would you make this vehicle, a Tier 8 heavy tank, have the same dispersion, the same gun, practically, as the T-29? It doesn't make sense to me. There must be some sort of upside, but there isn't. And that's something that's a little bit of a downside. Now, the great thing about this tank is you do get speed boost. That's something that's very nice. You can see me putting it on here and easily climbing even over this hill at 25, 30 kilometers per hour, which is something that's pretty nice. I do like the speed boost on this vehicle. Unfortunately, it eats through quite a bit of your credits, but yeah, when you're at my point and at like 300 million credits, I really don't think it matters all too much. But here we are. We're driving into position, going 36 kilometers per hour, which I believe is the top speed on this vehicle, 35, 36. It's not the fastest tank, but I've actually really been liking the look of this tank. I think it looks like a really strong heavy tank. I don't really care why. I don't know why I like the look of it, but I don't know. I just think like the frontal plate looks very strong, the side armor, the whole turret looks like a nice design. I don't mean looks like in play-wise. I mean it just looks nice physically, but obviously, playstyle, that gun lets you down a lot. So here we go. I'm driving up to the Tiger P here. I'm thinking, well, if I can sit hull down this Tiger P, he's going to be in a world of trouble. He may have more DPM than me, and it may actually have about the same penetration as me, but one thing it does not have is nearly the armor I have. Now, this is an AMX M4, and that looks like a pretty easy shot to pen. In fact, you can see the entire side of his tank is a pen. I think it's like 50 millimeters. I've aimed in my HE, and I've aimed in there for a decent amount of time. And where does it go? Make your bet. Oh, yeah, the turret. It went into his turret, folks. That is the dispersion of this gun. But then, you know, you've got this SU-152 here backing up my terrible dispersion, not fully aimed in, and we pen him. I really don't understand RNG. I don't understand wargaming, and I'd like to, but sadly, I will never figure out somebody who beats that random calculator. He's like, haha, you aim in, you miss, haha. Aiming in on the turret of this guy, easy pen, and it ricochets right off. Like, dispersion is so wonky on this vehicle, but that's the issue. If they just made it like 0.33 dispersion, it doesn't even have to be accurate. I don't care if it's not accurate. Just make it at least something that's something, you know? Make it that it at least hits shots like this Tiger P cupola shot from, you know, further than 10 feet away. So we're just going to try now and push on this Tiger P. Now, again, you can see that this vehicle does very strong. If you're able to use the armor correctly, it can get some pretty decent shots out here. Aiming my second shell in on the Tiger P. There we go. Another 300 off of him, and that's 600 in total. Now, we do have a Ho-Ri Type 1 over there, which can be a very troll take to penetrate. Another thing that's not fantastic, by the way, there you go. Fantastic dispersion. But another thing that's not fantastic on this vehicle is the... it's the penetration. It's only like 208, and I'm running calibrated. And you're going to see when I'm aiming at this Ho-Ri over here, it's very weird trying to penetrate his vehicle. In fact, this bounce, it was... I don't know if it was because of me just not aiming well, or it was because of very troll armor. I think it was troll armor. He gets a second shot on the Mino. I didn't realize how big the vehicle was, and you can see the game kind of lagged there. The shot kind of went where I wanted it to. I guess it was just lag. The servers have been running at like 80 ping today, and I don't really know why, but it has been quite annoying. But we did manage to penetrate our second shell easily on the Ho-Ri. Thank you very much. And with that, we're doing quite decent right now. We got the KV-3 over here, which is obviously a very easy penetration right on his upper plate. So we're about 2,000 damage now, and with that, easy damage rolling up here. We got the KV3, but I'm actually not going to shoot the KV3 because I thought that Ho-Ryu was annoying before, so I purposely went for him. Again, though, you can see we got a nice bounce on that upper plate. The upper plate on this vehicle is decent, and I don't really think it needs a buff. I think what really needs a buff on this tank is the dispersion. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below if you disagree or you agree with me. But yeah, I'm always open to hearing your guys' opinions. If you think there's something else that should be changed, maybe the mobility, let me know. But I'm always open to discussions and debates. I think they're very fun and engaging. Hopefully all of you enjoyed today's video. If you'd like to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. But other than that, stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye.